I'm feeling good.
I like a dude who fucks his wife up and then gets it back together. Perfect.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Good Bro, Bad Bro, the number one show on the internet. The internet just doesn't know it yet, but it will be the number one show one day. We talk about dating, relationships, lifestyle improvements, social skills, and overall adding value to your life, adding value to the lives of those around you, especially when it comes to dating, friend groups, social circles, and yada, yada, yada. Today, we're joined by a guest, Serena.
Hi.
Hey, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
We met, what, like 4 years ago?
Like,
Mac?
when I was like going to homecoming, I think, probably before first year, when I was in high school, probably actually clubbing in Hess.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, that's not a great way to start the show. I met her when she was underage, guys. That's just what I wanted to start off with.
Perfect, yeah.
Okay, anyways, though, I used to do a lot of drunk interviews, and she frequented the same area that I did the math. And then I think I ran into you like a year ago at Starbucks.
No, that was like 3 years ago.
That was 3 years ago?
When COVID first started.
Fuck.
Me and my sister were sitting outside Starbucks and I ran into you.
Oh, it was your sister.
Yes,
okay, I remember why.
yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That was a time ago. I remember that.
You were just a business student, commerce?
Yeah, commerce.
And now you're becoming a somewhat of a TikTok-y influencer, eh? Break that down.
I hate when people say that word because
telling me.
One of my biggest icks that I have is when people are like, oh, like I'm an influencer, like I'm a TikToker, but like what else do you call it? Like literally there's no other word that you can like define it as, like, oh, I do social media or something like that.
You're an asshole on the internet, pretty much.
And I'm conceited. That's that's how it works, right?
Yeah, well, that's the thing too. If you're going to be an influencer, you have to be somewhat narcissistic.
100%. Even though I hate that, but it's so true. Like you can't like look at yourself in pictures and videos and shit and then not be whatever.
Do you read a lot of books?
Tons.
Okay, you ever read anything by Robert Greene?
No.
40 Laws of Power?
No.
Ooh.
No.
He does a lot of books on basically ancient leaders and how they achieved power and how people would try to come at them and acquire power from them.
Okay.
So how that they would defend against others, how they would recognize when people are trying to attack them, as well as how to like attack others.
Okay.
And there's 48 laws, and there's all these rules and examples. Speak with your actions, not your words, stuff like that. Keep your friends close.
Where are you going with this?
Basically, it just so happens that selfishness, manipulation, coercion, all these deceitful things are very good for being a successful social media person.
Yeah. It's actually so true, especially like after what I just did this weekend, like being at Coachella and the Revolve Festival. I feel like that's more than anything.
Yeah, what's it like being a Coachella girl? Let's break that down.
So it's very weird, to be honest. It's actually like when you go to things like that, any kind of influencer event, I'm new at this. I started this maybe like September, October, whatever, like seriously. In the summer, I kind of posted for fun. Before that, even like randomly, sporadically, like the stupidest thing. I'd make a joke to my friends, like, I'm going to be a TikToker one day. And they'd be like, yeah, okay, like we'll see. And I was like, okay, whatever.
Well, note too about your TikTok, like your Instagram is, I mean, there's thirst traps and then there's style and wardrobes and then you're somewhere like kind of in between.
Yeah,
you're like a unique
I have a
mix.
really weird mix of stuff.
Yeah, you'll post like shoes and a frappuccino and then like, I don't know, just a tank top, a booty pic.
Literally, or like a bikini picture. And it's like, people are like, where is she going with this? And I'm like, I don't know.
Right, but your TikTok, it's more of a aesthetic, I guess. It's like a compressed vlog, right?
Yeah, it's
you
kinda
take all your
weird.
stories, put them together.
It's definitely like when I first started it, it was very like random. Like I was just traveling, doing random things, and like I do my outfits sometimes, like where I was going, and like people just kind of started liking the little different like areas of my life that I would like talk about. So now I just continue doing that, and I have a really weird, like I don't have a niche. Like people are always like, you need a niche on TikTok, and like you can only grow if you have a niche, and I'm like, I feel that, but I don't have one.
Outside looking in, it would be what? Style, fashion, probably?
I don't know. I mean, like according to brands and stuff like that, I think they definitely like think it's more of like the style thing. But I think that comes with like lifestyle in general, like coming in and people like liking the lifestyle and then also like liking the clothes because of the lifestyle. Kind of like a mix, if you know what I mean. It's like
lifestyle.
A whole brand almost.
Stepping in and out of Jeeps, getting $6 drinks.
Yeah, literally.
Condo balcony.
Renting convertibles, driving around California for no reason. Yeah, that's me. That's pretty much what I do.
Well, at least that's more sustainable than like if you were just a thirst trap, right?
Well, also it's kind of like you're not really limiting yourself in any area. Where like if you're like one type of influencer, like let's say your health and wellness or something, you're very limited to like growing brand deals, meeting people, like attending events, like because people aren't really concerned with that. If you're like doing fitness, it might be like, well, like you're good to give a workout, but like do we care about the person or like just that you gave us a workout? Where you want to build a brand that, like, in my opinion, I love watching people who like have an entire, I like their life.
Ah, okay.
not just what they're giving me.
Ah, okay. So,
Yeah.
well, more or less what you're doing is like a lot of the brand deals, they're for cosmetics or clothing.
Yeah, it's literally such a mix of stuff, like the randomest stuff, like clothing. I have like jewelry ones. Then I also have just like kitchen stuff sometimes, like the randomest stuff.
Yeah.
But it works out because it's actually true to my life, because it's like my entire life I'm not limiting myself to like, oh, I'm just like loving fashion. I actually just love life in all the aspects of it. So
Oh, wow. That's deep.
I know. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Pretty deep for a Coachella girl. But the idea of like, you know, brands, the reason they love guys like you is because when you do post, like not you specifically, but when you post more, you know, swimsuit photo stuff like that, you get male followers.
Yeah.
But male followers aren't buying cosmetics
No.
or clothing or jewelry.
Nope.
So what you do is you show the lifestyle aspect, the clothing,
The aesthetics.
the aesthetics, right? But all the people watching and enjoying that are women.
Yeah.
And women are the ones purchasing
93%
everything.
women. Yeah, 93%.
93.
That is like my biggest flex, I think, in all of it. Like, I don't even care about the amount of followers ever. Like, I love all of them, obviously. Like, that's such a good like feeling to have people like that.
Yeah.
But the whole thing about being women, like the 93%, like, that's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
I love that. Because I also, like, when I first started TikTok, I purposely never connected my Instagram with my TikTok. Like, I didn't do that until the last, like, maybe couple months.
Okay.
I didn't want anybody on my Instagram from Hamilton to know.
Oh, really?
I didn't want anyone to know that I was posting on TikTok and whatever until I thought it was, like, successful enough, like, in my eyes to, like, talk about.
Interesting.
Yeah, so on my Instagram, for example, I have, like, 70% male followers.
Oh, okay.
And
Oh, yeah. You know what?
yeah.
That's funny. That actually proves what I was saying.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I was kind of like, you know what? It doesn't matter anyways, because like
Yeah.
all my followers on Instagram are like male.
Right, but they don't know that. You show them the 93% TikTok.
Exactly, because that's all that matters. Like Instagram deals now are few and far between. Like everyone's on TikTok.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
it's like, why not?
Yeah, that is true. I get reached out to all the time for TikTok ads, but
Yeah, also like a lot of the deals they're like really great about it, because like they know that people follow me because I'm very like natural, like organic, just doing what I like to do.
yeah.
And I always tell brands like, I can do a video if you want me to, but like it's not going to be successful. Like because they like, I don't want to watch an ad. People like me don't want to watch an ad.
Yeah, right. I see what you're saying.
So like a lot of the deals are kind of like built into the TikTok like organically, because it's going to be like stuff that I'm using anyways, or like things I'm doing anyways, or whatever. So that it's kind of like blended, and like you're never going to really know that there's an ad going on.
Yeah, that's true.
But that's cool. That's
true.
one of the crazy parts though about getting into social media, is like realizing that a lot of people do that.
Well, that's why you are a good guest, because, you know, you have a deeper look into things, especially on social media platforms and traveling. And I guess you're always around different girls and guys that are of a slightly higher status than your average everyday Joe. So you probably see a lot of bullshit going on behind the scenes.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, the point of this episode is the icks in men on
Yes.
TikTok. What is an ick? Break it down for me.
Okay, so an ick, there's not really one way to define it, because I feel like there's, like I said, different verticals or like different facets to different icks, because you can get an ick from somebody, like let's say I just met you.
Okay.
And you do something like that I find icky.
Okay.
I can get the ick and then be like, oh, I'll never like fuck with you.
Permanent ick.
Most likely.
Well, first impression ick.
Yeah. And like
Okay.
you're always going to have that first impression. Like, you know, like you can't really redo a first impression. So like if you give me an ick right off the bat, then I'm always going to think about that.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Not good. Okay.
No, not good.
So that's like the worst ick that you can do, probably?
Well, no, I feel like that one's like not that bad, because it's like, hey, you never really got past like a first interaction anyway, so it's not a big deal.
Okay.
But a worse ick is like when, let's say you're talking to somebody for a long period of time, and then like they do something and it's like one thing, but it's so bad, like the ick is just so evident that now you're like, ooh, that just changed my opinion on you.
Wow.
Yeah.
So like when somebody brings up politics,
Or like, let's just say somebody has like a really dirty house, and like you've been talking,
okay.
and then you get there and they have a dirty house, and you're like, ooh, I didn't know you were this kind of person.
Well, yeah, that's why I was like, yo, you should use the bathroom upstairs, because that
Oh,
one
you
is.
said that?
Yeah. I heard the door close. I'm like, no. Yeah. That.
No, I was just saying that was like on the top of my list, because something happened to me on the weekend when I was in like LA, and then I was like, well, that's Nick. That's Nick.
All right, let's hear about this ick. Break it down. That way, it's a good example.
Well, I don't want to expose anybody, but
No names.
I was staying with some friends,
Allegedly.
and I really had a really great impression of these people. Like, great impression. They're guys, though, so obviously I can understand, like, they're not going to be as clean as somebody like me who's a clean freak. I get that. I'm not expecting a super clean place. But when I, like, go to stay over somewhere, and it's, like, to the point, like, where, like, I can't even use the bathroom, like, I will never forget that.
Yeah, girls hate dirty ass bathrooms.
I will literally never forget that. Like, student house level. And, like, if you're not a student and, like, your bathroom looks like a student house, like, and you're a man, you have a full-time job, like, that's a problem.
Not good, eh?
That's not good.
So what's going on there? Is there just hair everywhere?
Like, oh my God. Student house, like, there's parties in there probably for the last, like, 2 years, and, like, no one's touched the bathroom.
Fuck.
Yeah, like, imagine that. Like,
Ooh.
when people have...
So it's like an ashtray.
Like, house parties, and, like, there's just, like, everything wrong. Hair's, like, the bare minimum of it. Like, hair is one thing. It was just disgusting. Like, red cups everywhere, and, like, the mirror was, like, I don't even know. It was on
There's shit all over the mirror?
There's, like, it was disgusting.
Did it look like that mirror right there?
No, like, that's not a bad mirror.
Oh, okay.
No, compared to, yeah.
What does a man having a dirty-ass bathroom say about him that makes you go, ick?
How do you live like that? I'm like, how do you look so clean and presentable, like, on the outside?
Right.
But then, like, when you're, like, actually, like, where they live, it's not like that. So you're like...
So it's almost like the way they present themselves is a lie.
Yeah, right? And then you're like, well, this just changes everything.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. I know that's, like, one random one, but it's so true. Like, if you don't have, like, even, like, I'm not saying it has to be, like, dust-free all the time. Like, I'm not some freak. But that's a different level. Like, that's never been touched. If it's never been touched, no one ever cleans it.
It's just a closet, eh?
It's disgusting. So, like, that's a no from me.
Yeah.
I won't be back.
Yeah, it makes sense, though, because girls, you guys are very clean, and, you know, your appearance and everything is all, you know, you have a smell and everything. But if you sit down on a dirty-ass toilet and you're washing your hands in a dirty sink...
And, like, you don't even feel clean when you leave.
Yeah. You feel worse off leaving that bathroom.
And it almost makes you think, too, like, what do you think of me if you think that I'd be okay using that bathroom?
Yo, that's a good point.
Yeah.
That's why it's important, especially in relationships or when you're in the early stages of dating, to challenge the other person. And not necessarily challenge them, but more like if you disagree with what they're saying, then be assertive about it.
Yes.
Because if you, let's say, disagree about something, but you just agree for the sake of them, in your mind you're thinking, oh, like if I agree with her, she'll like me. But no, if you agree with her, what does that say about you?
No, this is so true. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
okay, elaborate on that.
Yeah. No, it's just like one of those things where it's like, it's just going to come up later. Like, it might be fine right now, and, like, you're going to, like, let it go, but, like, it'll just come up eventually. Like, if that's who you are as a person, like, it's going to happen. It's going to whatever. So what's the point of waiting?
Yeah, that's true.
Same thing with the bathroom. Like, you should have just told me that you like using a dirty bathroom, and I'd been like...
Oh, really? Okay, if somebody... Oh, I see.
You know what I
you're saying.
mean? Like,
yeah.
It's like the same situation. Like, just be like...
Yeah, there's an old joke. Dudes have really dirty rooms, but girls have very dirty cars. Like, your guys' cars are just filled with, like,
I've been in a lot of girls' cars
Starbucks cups, fucking McDonald's bags, makeup, shit. Like, the dashboard, because a lot of girls do makeup while they're driving.
Yes, but I don't understand. Like, I've never understood how people can, like I said, maybe this is a me thing, but, like, I can't function if my place is messy. Maybe, like, I was just raised to, like, take it out. Like, my mom would always give me shit. Like, don't leave garbage in the car. So now it's just, like, a habit to do it, but... I've been in girls' cars who are like that. Like,
well, that's the thing. Most
everywhere.
of the people that are the most successful, they're disciplined. They have certain things that they almost have OCD, like they have to do them.
Yeah.
And it's because their parents were really hard on them. Like, my parents were super hard on me, and that's why I'm, like, on my shit.
Yeah, you're, like, never slacking. You're like, I can't.
Well, yeah, if they were soft on me, then I would be soft.
Yeah, no, literally. It's so true.
We're entering this weird era right now where people are... They're encouraged to kind of be soft and be soft to others, and, you know... I get a lot of flack about this, but, you know, some of the things I talk about is, like, you should never cry in front of a girl. You should never show extreme weakness in front of a girl.
That's That's
okay, let's go into that ick, because that's a big ick.
That's a really big ick.
All right.
And I know that's unfortunate because, like, obviously there's a whole movement right now. It's like guys should be able to express themselves, and, like, I can get that. But, like, if I'm not even gonna cry in front of you, you better not be crying in front of me.
Interesting. So you don't cry in front of guys?
No, like, I definitely have. But, like, it's not by...
I was going to say, you fucking liar.
No, it's not by choice. Like, if it gets to the point where, like, I'm crying, like, I will remove myself from the situation. Like, I would rather not cry in front of people in general.
As to not embarrass yourself.
Exactly. Because, like, and if I don't want you to cry, like, I'm not going to cry.
Your girls are for your crying. Like, you go and you cry to your girls.
Yeah, I barely even cry to my girls. Like, you know, like, I feel like, I guess maybe that's just, like, a me thing, but I do get the really big egg. Like, even if guys get, like, emotional to the point where, like, they might cry, and, you know, when you know they're about to cry.
Ooh.
I'm just like, oh, don't do it. You can't go back.
Yeah. Isn't that tricky?
No, it's so tricky. And I feel bad because, like, what are you going to say? Like, don't be a baby. Like, don't cry. But
yeah,
you can't really come back from that either.
No, it's always keyboard warriors that haven't actually had any dating experience that say, "Oh no, you should." Oh, I love guys that cry. No, you don't. You don't want that.
No, because then you won't like them as much after. Like,
yeah.
you might be like in the moment, like, oh my god, it's so cute. Like, he's
yes.
so emotional.
See, that's what it is. That's what it is.
But it's not cute.
You can't put the cat back in the bag.
No, and then you just know they cry. And
Right.
I feel like that's one of those things, like, you don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Like, do boys cry? Like, I don't know.
There's a
I
very
hope not.
simple rule that I live by, and it applies to life, business, dating, everything. And it's do less, not more, because the more things you do, the more your attention's scattered, and the more things you have to give a fuck about. But if you do less things, you have less things to give a fuck about. Anyways, though, the idea is you should not complicate your life. And when you do more stuff, you're complicating it. This is a very, like, numerical way to look at it. But as far as crying goes, you take two guys, all right? One guy that cries and one guy that does not cry.
Yeah.
The guy that cries, even if now he's only a 9 out of 10, the guy that didn't cry is a 10 out of 10.
Oh, 100%.
So even though you just did one small thing, you are adding complication. Why would you complicate it? Why would you put that risk out there?
Yes, I know. And sometimes I feel bad because, like, they can't control it or something. Or, like, but I'm like, I think you can.
Yeah.
Like, I think 100% that you can. Like, when you're going to cry.
Look, there's exceptions to the rule, right? If you have, like, a tragic family death.
Different story.
Your newborn child is born.
Yes. Okay.
Or like, your grandfather graduates university at 80 and, you're crying in joy.
Yeah, like, that's a different kind of cry, though.
Yes,
it's not
exactly.
like an emotional, like, I'm so,
Yes.
like, sad cry.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
it's the overly sad
It's
cry
like, she
that's
doesn't
like,
like me.
like, oh.
That shit.
Or, like, you're mad at me, I'm sorry. Like, don't cry. That's worse. That's
Hold
really
it in.
worse.
So how can you tell when a guy is about to cry, and how do you prevent him from doing it so that you can maintain your respect for him?
That's a choice he's making. It's not my job to maintain the respect. If it happens, it happens. But you can tell, like, when they start getting the cracky voice and, like,
Cracky voice.
Like,
Oh yeah. I remember that from middle school.
and you could, like, hear them kind of get a little quiet and, like, try, like, and you're like, no. And,
Now,
like,
what would lead the man to be in that position, though? What have you done to make men cry, Serena?
I've made a couple men cry. Maybe, like, leading them on for too long and then being like, sorry, it's still not gonna happen. But, like, also I've been in situations where I'm like,
and then they cry.
well, like, the thing
That's
is,
wild.
I hate when people cry, but, like, and I feel bad, but at the same time I don't feel bad because it's like, no, whatever. You did it to yourself.
Well,
At
the
end of
earlier
day.
you swallow the pill that, everything in life is your fault.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, if you cry, you get broken up with, whatever, but then you go to the next person and now you know not to do that again.
Yeah.
And that's life, right?
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah.
that's your own fault.
Exactly. So, like, the situation that I'm talking about, like,
Yeah.
the guy, we were, like, talking for, like, a long time, but, like, I always made it very clear that I was, like, not looking for anything multiple times. So then,
Okay.
like, when it came down to, like, the last straw and I was like,
Okay, so you guys, you meet, you're texting, you go on some dates, you're hooking up, blah, blah, blah. Couple months in, it's leading towards, the exclusivity talk. Mm-hmm. But the girl's always the one who's supposed to bring that up.
no, not
And
me.
you didn't bring it up.
I wasn't going to. And it was like,
Did he bring it up?
yeah. It was a lot longer than it should have went on. Like, I should have, at that point, like, I feel bad because I should have stopped it earlier, like, knowing it wasn't going to go anywhere. Like, knowing that I didn't want anything from it. But then I just kept saying to my friends, like, I've made it clear my position.
Isn't that interesting, though, like, that the guy's not the one that's supposed to bring up the exclusivity talk?
Yeah.
Because that shows scarcity on his end.
Yeah. And you know what? Like, I'm not saying that wasn't an ick. Like, that's fine. It was more of, like, I just, like, didn't get into it like that. Like, it wasn't something for me. But, like, the fact that I did make it evident multiple times, and I was just kind of just like, right now I want to be single. This is really fun, and, like, I'm enjoying it, but, like, don't expect it to, like, go anywhere, pretty much. And I said that, like, quite a few times over, like, a couple of years.
Couple years?
Yeah.
Wait, you're seeing this person for years?
Like, on and off. Very on and off. Because the off would be, like, I'd be like, I'm still not looking for anything.
Oh, well, that's different, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, like, you meet somebody new and for a couple months you're prospecting. You sound like you got some other shit going on.
No, that was more of, like, a, like, literally just, like, a fun thing. But I'm saying it in terms of, like, the first, like, few months-ish, whatever area. It was still the same situation. Like, I would still bring it up and, like, or I would bring it up in terms of, like, I hope you don't think it's going anywhere.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah. So then when it came down to, like, the crying situation, I was like, this is not new news.
Oh, shit. And then the tears came.
Yeah. And I'm like, so it's like,
man.
this is why I felt bad. But then I'm like, no, I didn't, because I told you. I was very honest with you. So that's your fault not taking me seriously.
That's so interesting. Something that girls will do, and this is fucked up. Maybe you agree. We'll see.
Okay.
When a girl wants to get rid of a guy, she won't want to be the one that does it. So what she'll do is she'll be such a bitch that he has to break up with you.
Yeah.
And that way you can maintain a little bit of respect for him. Because if you continuously treat him bad to the point where he still won't break up with you, then what kind of guy is that, right?
Yeah.
You ever heard of any situations like that?
Yes, I have. Well, like my boyfriend back in like early high school days, he was great. Amazing guy. Like he was fantastic. But I got to a point where like it had nothing to do with him. I just really wanted to be single. So obviously I start acting like, not intentionally, but like you obviously start to like resent the person because you feel bad, like that you don't want to end it because there's no reason to end it.
Yeah.
Right? Besides the fact that you want to be single, that's not really a good enough reason.
Yeah, so
sometimes.
you start speaking with your actions that like you're not interested. You know, hang out less, start to do more. Okay, I got you.
Yeah. And then like I was trying to put it on like them almost.
Yeah,
now looking back, I realized this. In the moment, I didn't really know. It wasn't like calculated like that, but looking back, I'm like, that's 100% what happened. And I kind of was just acting like not the best person, but just kind of getting to them to do something about it instead of me.
It makes sense though, right? Like, let's say the relationship just isn't going to work.
Yeah.
It's a risk for a girl to just hop out right away. Like, they don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Studies actually show
true.
that what you want to do is have somebody else lined up that you can swing over.
Either that or also, like, you want to know, like, if, like, there's no other reason besides, like, for me, it was like, there was no other reason besides I want to be single.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that I wasn't being stupid and just being, like, for a month or something, like, oh, I just want to be single for this, like, 2 weeks, and then I want a boyfriend. Like, you know? Like, then that wouldn't be a good enough reason to end it. You had to, like, think about it for a longer time.
You're so much more calculated. Like, men were very live and die by the sword, swing by the hip, risk it all. Like, think about investing, right? The wealthiest and smartest people in the world are men. But on the other end, the dumbest and poorest people in the world are also men, right? Men's intelligence, investing, just pretty much everything we do is on a huge spectrum. It's either at the very highest level or the very bottom.
At least you're saying it.
Yeah. Well, what happens is women are actually better investors than men overall because you do a lot more due diligence, you do a lot more research, you take minimal risk, right?
Yeah, it's very calculated.
You know, you're maxing out 8 to 10%. I'm sure there's a couple NFT queens watching that have risked it all and tripled their money, but for the most part, women invest very smart.
Yes.
A guy, he'll walk by somebody at a bus stop that's like, dude, this new stock's going to blow up tomorrow. He'll
and they'll be like, give me the money.
Mortgage the house, put everything on it, lose it all, right? The same thing transitions when you go to a relationship, right? Women are equally as calculated in relationships. They're thinking at all times, okay, like, well, how does this person benefit me? What is my ROI here? Is there a better investment opportunity in the future?
That's so weird that you're saying that because it's so true, but I've never really thought about it like that.
Yeah.
But it actually is true. Like, even in, like, a good relationship, you still think about it like that. You're still thinking, like, oh, what am I getting out of it? Like, what am I giving? What am I getting back at the end of the day? Like, is it worth it? Is it worth my time? Whatever. Even if it's, like, great.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird.
Being in this relationship, am I missing opportunity, a better relationship?
Yeah. Or, like, missing opportunity for whatever else you're doing.
Yeah.
Like,
or, like, you know, this guy that I'm with, is he going to raise his value, or is he going to stagnate at his current value, or is his value going to decline?
And it also depends too, like, what you find valuable. Because it's like in the moment, like, that could be valuable, but like if they lose that thing that you thought was.
Yes, exactly. See,
what?
that's why a lot of relationships do or don't work outside of school, right?
Yes.
Because on campus, you guys are scared together, you're in the same program, everything's awesome, you go into the same groups. But outside of that, you go home and it's like, okay, well, now I'm not going out every weekend.
Yeah.
Now we're living together, but, you know, the bathroom's dirty.
Or what about
and shit.
even like COVID? All the relationships that just came out. That's a whole other story.
Schmovid fucked up so many people.
So bad. Because like so many people got in relationships that if we were going out and doing things, you wouldn't have never done that.
Yo, that's actually true. I know a lot of people that got into relationships in Schmovid. And the reason that they got into relationships during Schmovid is because of scarcity. They were lonely.
They were so lonely. And at the time, you're like, well, I'm not doing anything better.
There it is. That's
like,
the
that's
opportunity,
not a great,
right?
Yeah, and that's not a great reason to like get into a relationship, but people did it because they didn't really think about it like that.
There's a couple people that are outliers that continued to live a normal life. Maybe they went somewhere like Florida or some shit, you know. But where we're from, it was just awful for a year. Pretty much everybody was in the same pool of like, couldn't work, had to stay home, couldn't socialize, just consuming. A lot of people were taking SSRIs and a lot of that stuff went up. Social media usage increased. And what's funny is nothing's gone down since Schmovid's ended.
No, that's crazy to me too because like I thought too, like especially like TikTok wise, because I do TikTok. I thought, you know, Canada's opening back up, like people aren't going to be on their phones as much, like, you know, people aren't going to be growing and whatever, but people are on TikTok just as much, if not more now.
Oh yeah.
It's
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah, it's like 5-6 hours a day average.
And that's just like for TikTok, but imagine like all the apps, like everything else is going on that you were like, you picked up
Snapchat,
during COVID.
Instagram.
Yeah, like who knows?
Right, so everybody was in the same pool, and there was
Yeah.
there was almost some comfort to just kind of staying in, not doing much during that period. And what happened was when people couldn't see each other, they got lonely, and then internally they had to find out a way. Well, how can I fill this hole right now? This vice, metaphorically hole. I
Yeah,
suppose.
or like what are my Saturday and Sunday plans when like I can't go out and like socialize and go drinking and whatever else party.
Right. So if you're used to going out Friday and Saturday, especially for a girl, right? Like if you're a girl that likes going out, dressing up, getting validated, having a fun time, attention from others, and now you can't do that, where are you going to get that validation from?
Yeah. Even in terms of guys, though, I feel like guys, like when they went out, like that was their like fill of like seeing girls and like talking and getting their numbers and whatever, and like all of a sudden they can't do that.
Yeah, it's not
And
sustainable
now-
for them either.
Yeah, now they're clinging on to the last thing that they had that they talked to, and they're like, oh well, like maybe this is a relationship.
That's what's sad too. Like there's nothing wrong with drinking with the boys, but a lot of guys, they hate their jobs, and their only escape is Friday, Saturday, let's go
Yeah.
get hammered.
Yeah.
Right. But there's no progress there. You're just you're stuck. So you take that on the guys' end, you take that on the girls' end, you combine it. I think another thing that's big too. Normally people have higher standards, right? We had to meet in real life, or
Yes.
because nobody wants to. You ever want to tell your mom, like we swiped on Tinder.
Yeah, I know.
50 guys were
Even though it's more
messaging
normal, I
me.
feel like it's not like something that you can tell that generation yet.
No, it's embarrassing.
Yeah, it
It's
feels
just
like it.
not the proper way
It's
to meet.
not.
All right, guys, let's be honest. Dating's hard, especially nowadays with social media and dating apps. It's hard to find out what is going on in your life that's not getting you the results you want. Some of you want to get with multiple women. Some of you want one woman. Some of you are in a relationship, but you're unhappy. These are all major issues guys are facing, and you need somebody to guide you through it step by step. That's what I'm here for. I offer one-on-one coaching and consulting, anything and everything related to dating. Particularly though, I focus on high-income guys, usually late 20s, early 30s. They have a good job, they have a good business, but they just don't know where to go. They don't know the things to say. They don't know how to present themselves. Or when they do go and talk to the girl, they start stuttering and they get scared and anxious, and all these things that so many guys go through, they're not getting to the root of the problem. That is the benefit of having a coach, especially one that knows your goals and can walk you through the process and keep you accountable in getting the girls that you actually want in your life. If you'd like to book a one-on-one private coaching and consulting call to help get you the results that you actually want, be sure to check out the link in the description below. I still have 80% availability for the month of May, so I look forward to hearing from you guys. Anyways, back to the video. The reason meeting on dating apps is, I think, the worst way to meet is because it's superficial. Basically, it's very like business almost.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm single. I am exploring my options. You are the best available option.
Like
to
a
me.
menu, like literally like swiping through a menu and being, oh, I want this today. And it's like, oh, I'm going to message that today. Like,
Right, but it's like, okay, why did I go out with you? Well, I weighed all the other guys I matched with, and this guy was good looking, but he ghosted me. This guy, he sent me too many messages. This guy, my friends didn't like. So I chose you because you are the even of the others, right?
Yeah.
Whereas in real life, it's like, it's random. It's organic. It's like, I happen to be here at this place I like. This thing happened. Somebody came up, made a comment about it. We talked. We grabbed the coffee on the spot.
and it was like organic and it felt right. And like, that's like,
Yes.
you get like a good vibe together. And then you're like, oh, wow, I actually like English, fuck with this person.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is crazy. Like, cause now that I've been away and stuff, like since the new year, I started realizing that too. I'm like, wow, like for 2 years, like you weren't meeting anybody or like bumping into people like on the street or like whatever at a coffee place or like going to events and like just meeting them like naturally.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was like a huge part of like people's social lives that they loved. It was like going to meet these people.
Well, what's massive too is you got to think about, dating apps versus organic. When you meet somebody organically in person, you are just two different people. Whereas if you meet on a dating app, it's like, hey, I'm putting my best angles, my best caption because I want to get laid.
Yeah.
I need options. You're my best option. That's how dating starts on dating apps.
Yeah.
But in real life, you start as friends or just two people, like you're there with your friends. It's the best way I could make an analogy for it is like, when people are there and they act like they're there because they like you, but they're really there because they want something from you.
Yes.
That's kind of what dating apps are. It's very transactional.
Yeah.
Right.
And I feel like there's no way to tell like the difference between like stuff like that.
No.
Like at all. And I feel bad for people who like think that that's how they're gonna like find. Like, I mean, you know what? Sometimes I have seen people like once in a blue moon get in a real relationship from it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Shout out
if
to
it
Hinge.
lasts. Yeah, like I don't know if it's gonna last. I don't know. I'm not making any comments about that. But It's very rare, like very rare, because you're not going and like meeting these people, like especially right off the bat. Like you're not going to be like, oh hey, let's meet up like on the first conversation. Like no, you're gonna chat for.
Well, no, it's like a job.
Like, yeah,
Does
you're like interviewing each other.
Does anybody get a lucky job? Oh, dude, I got so lucky. I applied for a job.
Yeah, no, it's like no, you didn't get lucky.
No, you applied for it.
Yeah, you did it.
That's what dating apps are. They're applications, right?
Yeah.
The best relationships start from friendships too, because there as well, there's no expectations.
Yes.
You know, when you go on a date with somebody, you are your best version of yourself. You're like, you know, oh, I gotta wear my good shirt, you know,
and you're like not like acting naturally, like you're like trying to be like all posed.
Yeah,
and, like
you're like, I'm
eat,
tipping
like,
20%. Yeah, you order a fucking salad because you don't want chicken wings. Yeah,
salad.
you would love chicken wings, but you get, you know,
100%.
some flamed appetizer.
Yeah.
But when you're organic, you're just being yourself.
Yeah.
And that way you fall into each other's frames as who you actually are.
Yeah.
And there's something like natural about that too. I think it's also, even if you look at it from a defensive standpoint, or not defensive, but like when you think, hey, this girl I met or this guy I met, how many other people did they have this exact same experience with?
I literally was thinking about that on the weekend. App? Oh, wait, what? No, I didn't think about it like that.
Okay, let's say I meet a girl on a dating app, right? And we go out, things are great, we just connect, everything's good.
Okay.
How many other guys did she have that same experience with on that app? Like, what actually makes me special? Because my photo was good. Is that really enough that I'm going to marry this woman because she liked my photo?
No.
You know what I mean?
And then even when you meet and like you go on that first date, I feel like it's still never going to be like the same thing as if you were to like bump into people.
Yeah, it's forced.
Yeah, and I kind of like love that because like even when I was away on the weekend, that's one of the things that I realized that I missed a lot of was like going out and like people like having a conversation over like something that's going on in front of you. And like that's how you start talking. And you're like, wow, like you just met this random person, even if it's like a friend, whoever, just beside you.
It's observational.
Yeah,
too.
And then it's like, well, they're not looking at my Instagram first, or like they're not looking at my TikTok first.
That's huge. Yeah,
they're looking at me in person, and they're like, oh, this person's sick. Like, let me get their number. And I'm like, you people are asking for my number. You've never seen any of that stuff. And that's what's so great about it is like you actually have no idea what's going on there or like what I look like in my pictures. You're just looking at me in person.
See, that's the most powerful thing, and you're going to start experiencing that because you know, like you are on a similar journey that I was on before when I went from being normal to having hundreds of thousands of followers, right? And when you have a lot of followers online or a blue check mark, people look at you and they go, oh, like you never know if they like you for you or if they like you for what you actually are.
Oh my God, that's actually one of the things that like, it's so crazy. I don't even have a big following yet, and I totally see how people who do get that ick. It's like almost like an ick too, like from a person. Like you can tell like that person's only talking to you for a certain reason, or they came up to you for that reason, which that's fine. Like honestly, like I don't mind people like come up and say.
Well, here's the thing: it's okay if people come up to you and they're like, "Hey, like love what you do,
Yes.
like you're cool, I look up to you," versus the people like, "Hey, dude, can you follow me?"
Yeah.
You know?
Yes. Or like,
You know,
oh my God,
let's do this together. You know,
I met this girl at a club on Friday night. Actually, not this girl. There was like 5 girls. They were really sweet, but the one thing that they left with was, "Please promise to follow me back tomorrow."
Oh wow!
And I was like, "Oh,
Yeah, it sounds very transactional.
I was like,
right?
"What?"
Dude,
I've never heard that before.
What are your thoughts on people that just, you know, within 5 minutes of meeting you, they're like, "Oh, can you follow me back, by the way?"
And I'm like,
are you there for the interaction or are you there for the follow?
yeah, or like the videos. Like it was the weirdest situation. So I was with one of my friends.
Yeah.
And then we went out with a couple of her friends for someone's birthday. And these girls came over to us and they were so excited and I was so hyped. Like we were both hyped. We were like, this is so cool. Like they think that we're sick and like they're sick and whatever. But the second they like backed away for a second, we were like, sorry, like it's our friend's birthday. We have to like kind of like go back to like doing that. They were like just videotaping us.
They're filming you guys?
Yeah.
That's weird.
And filming us like even like when we were like really close to them, and then like they took films like as we like stepped away, they were still standing there and like taking videos, and then like we saw them on their Instagram later, and it was just kind of like a weird situation because we were like, did they want to come up to us because like they thought we were cool people, or because they wanted to be like, oh, guess who I met at the club?
Oh yeah, opportunistic.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when it ended off with like, oh, can you follow me back like tomorrow? Like literally like all 5 of them were like saying that to both.
Yeah, how do you say
like,
no in the moment too?
We were like, oh my God,
weird.
of course. I followed them back.
Oh.
I felt bad.
Yeah.
I couldn't like not.
Well, you feel that pressure, right?
Yeah, and honestly, like I couldn't tell like if it was like a genuine interaction or not at the time because like I couldn't tell. We were both like drunk too. Like we were not prepared to be talking to people who follow us on social media.
Yeah, that's such a weird caveat too. Because at the end of the day, it's like, well, who cares? It's just the follow. Well, it's like, yeah, you say that, but you're the one that wants the validation of it.
Yeah, and it's
place,
like,
right?
does it really matter that much? Also, like when you start posting on these things, like you start realizing like the following doesn't matter.
No.
At all.
No.
I don't care who follows me. Like, I talk to people who I don't follow all the time. Like, you know, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter.
They're below me, but I still speak to them.
I
know,
mean,
they're
opposite.
peasants.
I mean, opposite direction. Like, I'm a peasant compared to them. And
Got
like,
you.
they don't follow me and I don't follow them.
Yeah.
But you still chat. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, this is interesting. This took a spin from X to social media, very niche social media things. I don't know how many people listening are in the social media space, but guys, it's very weird. It's ironic. I'm basically a drug dealer. Like, I make all this content for people, but I never use it. I don't consume it. I just, I think it's awful for mental health.
Oh, it's so bad. I have app limits actually on all my social media for 15 minutes.
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying that I would stick to it the most time because I always end up ignoring it. But
You're
like,
trying to.
I try. Yeah. I keep it really low.
What's the worst one for you?
Deleted like Snapchat, like Facebook. I only have Instagram and TikTok. I don't have Twitter anymore either because I was like, that's too much. Like,
That's what I'm saying. Like,
it's too much.
6 apps?
Yeah.
Why?
It's too much. So like TikTok and Instagram, like that's good enough for me. I'm happy with that. But definitely TikTok more because I film a lot of shit on TikTok. So
You use the app to film it?
Yeah, like I use. Well, it depends on like what I'm doing. If it's like a stupid like trend one, then like I'll do it on the app. But if it's anything else, like editing like videos, then I'll do it like elsewhere.
Just sounds bad, but I never even use duets or stitches. Like any content
never.
that ever goes on TikTok was cut from a video and then scheduled to go on TikTok.
Yeah.
So
you
like,
don't actually have to like go on the app and like
no,
do
but
all
like
the
people
shit.
will stitch me or duet, and I would love to respond, but I just don't really know how to do it.
Yeah.
And that goes against what I'm doing. Like my idea is like I put the content on and then people consume it. If I make a reaction, it'll be on YouTube. But the problem is TikTok. Everybody's on TikTok.
Yeah, you gotta get on TikTok. And TikTok's so fun because you can be so transparent and like. Even like when it came to those girls, like I was genuinely so excited to meet them. Like actually so excited. Like that was so cool to me. But then it's like you have to also realize like there's like a threshold between like you have to remember like you're the creator and like you're putting the content out there and like they are liking you because of the content. They don't really know you.
Right. I see.
It's so weird. It's such a weird.
Yeah, well, humans are very superficial, though, when we look at each other, right? Like, value-wise. We go, oh, okay, the better looking you are, the more likely you are to be trusted, right? And if you're a tall guy, you'll be treated better in a business, for example. Like,
That's
most
the thing.
most CEOs
I
are 6 feet or taller, right?
That's fucked.
Yeah. But women, you guys get let in the clubs and shit, right?
Yeah. That actually reminds me of, like, back to the ick conversation. Like, a lot of things that were going on in the club. Like, I haven't been out in Toronto in a really long time. Like, I went out one time maybe since everything opened.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the people that are there, they're just so like.
What are some icks at the club?
I have a list. Okay, they're like they kind
35 minutes in, guys. We're finally getting to the icks.
Yeah,
Let's
we're
go.
getting 6. This is the good part. Okay, let me think about the club ones. When people call you baby girl.
Oh fuck! I call every girl baby girl.
No, you don't.
I do.
No, you don't.
I do.
That's an ick.
I do it either way.
But it depends on like the way you're saying it. I feel like because like, if it's a guy in the club who's like trying to like. Get,
Oh, not at the club.
No, but that's what I'm saying. If it's like in person, like it's a sober, like you're saying it in like a nice way, different story. If you're in a club, and the guy's like coming to try and like talk to you and touch you, he's like, calling you baby girl. Like,
oh yeah, that's bad.
No. I'm like, oh fuck.
No, I lived in a house in Vancouver with 9 others. Okay, 5 of them were girls, 5 of them were guys, and we were all just like this big family. We'd all lay around. I brought my Ontario slang to Vancouver. I would say things like cheeky. Every time I said cheeky, people would just crack up. Like,
really?
Oh. Yeah, I thought I'd be like, oh, that's very cheeky of you.
Yeah,
and they'd think it was funny, right?
I feel like it's a Hamilton thing. It's not even like an Ontario thing.
Yeah. And then my buddy, when he'd wake up, my friend Dustin, we'd be like, Dusty, you know, like that. Yeah. So I'd be like, baby boy. And then baby girl. And next thing you know,
that's different.
They thought it was funny when I said that, but then we all started calling each other baby boy, baby girl.
Okay, that's so different. That's not the same cringy way that the club has. Like,
right, I know, but
when you don't know,
I'm so ride or die for baby girl and baby boy. I just want to say,
he's like, first, I don't agree, but it's fine.
Yeah.
No, you agree with the club part though.
Well, yeah, guys. Okay, if you're going and approaching a girl, you'd never want to call her anything weird.
Honestly,
cringy.
even like a nickname in general, like when you just met, like even when guys will call you like babe right away or something, and it's like
those aren't nicknames; those are just stupid words you call
yeah.
people. What you want to do is, for example, like if I didn't know who you were and I approached you at a club, I'd be like, "Yo, orange sweater," right? Because that way you know I'm talking about you.
You do that,
yeah, every time, and it works great because that way, like if I go, "Hey," you don't know I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
Because you don't know me.
And you don't want to call them something random, like random ass name.
So you're going to walk by. And then if you walk by, if I say, hey, again, that's... I put in a lot of effort now.
Weird. And that's also weird because like if she heard it the first time and like she ignored it, then you're like, oh.
It's kind of an ick.
Yeah.
Right? So you can prevent that. Just be like, yo, white shirt. Or, whoa, yellow top. Whatever. Like,
yeah, actually, you know what? I think people have done that before and I haven't like thought anything bad of it. Like I've just been like, oh. Okay,
yeah, and this is different than saying, hey, I love your shirt. When, when you obviously don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you're just like, I'm trying to talk to you. It's like, oh, okay. Well, it's kind of good though because it's like getting their attention, but like not in a way that's like... oh, like you're so hot, or like when you walk by a guy and they're like, oh,
That's
you're
ick.
so hot. And I'm like, you didn't even say hi to me. Like, what? Like, did we just skip a part?
So that's at least line 3 or 4. You know.
No, that one's so bad.
Okay, that's a fucking ick.
Okay,
Big ick. Let's go. Keep going.
Oh my god,
Icks.
people who take their shirt off in clubs, festivals, whatever. Why is your shirt off?
Big ick. Eh?
Why is it off though? I'm just wondering. Like,
Now,
I get
what
it.
if
I'm
what
hot
if what if you have a
too.
sick body?
I don't care.
Still in there, okay?
No, but like, why do you need to take your shirt off?
Well, that's good. You're standing by the rule.
It's almost worse if a guy who's like that good looking or whatever, like with that body, does it. Because I'm like, you're doing it on purpose.
Ah.
So it's like almost like even
Interesting.
worse.
That's an ick.
Yeah.
So keep your shirts on at festivals.
Yeah. Keep
please.
your festivals, club.
Oh, you know another thing too? Women are something like 5 or 6 times more sensitive to smell. And,
Really?
yeah.
Okay. Well, like I'm a huge person on smell too. Like smell, like that's a totally different type of ick.
Have you ever met somebody though, and like they're great, but you smell them and you're like, fuck.
Yeah, yeah. You're like, sorry, like that really sucks.
That's
like
like
it
an
just sucks
actual
in general.
ick.
Yeah,
That's
that's like a different, like that's a legitimate, like that's valid. That's a good ick. Yeah, those
We don't care as much about smell.
jerseys as tops. See, these are my icks are kind of like random. I have like some that are like personal, some that are like very just general. Jerseys as
Okay.
tops.
You don't like jerseys
No.
as tops, huh?
No, I feel like you wear that to the game. Like you don't wear that to a club or something,
Yeah,
right?
that's a good point.
Sporting events, obviously different story, but like if you're going out,
Yeah, I'll wear a jersey to like a bonfire, you know,
but that's
or if
like,
I'm shoveling snow.
okay, that's like a chill thing though. Shoveling
Yeah.
snow. Why are you in a jersey shoveling snow?
Well-
oh, like you mean like a long sleeve one? I'm talking like the tank jerseys.
Oh yeah,
you ever
those
seen
are-
like boys like wear those in public like as an?
You know what the worst is? And this is shout out to all the kings that have done this. We've all been there, but like you can't find an actual Halloween costume, so you just
throw on a jersey? I've done that I think before. Actually,
Yeah, that's what
have
I mean.
I feel like
yeah,
I've done
girls
that.
do too. Like, oh,
Yeah,
I'm a basketball player,
And
or
you're like, oh,
Space
yeah,
Jam or some shit.
Like, yeah, you're so great. That was so iconic of you.
Yeah, headband and a fucking Raptors
Yeah, like
jersey.
no, thank you. Oh my god, this is like we're getting off the topic of club things.
All right.
But this happened to me recently.
'Kay.
Accidentally texting the wrong number. Have you ever had that or ever done that to somebody?
A million times.
But like you do it on purpose.
Oh, on purpose?
Like you know when someone like accidentally texts you something, but like it's like something that like
oh, that's some manipulative shit. See, that's what I was
Yeah.
talking about at the beginning of this episode.
yeah. Somebody literally texted me like a party address, and they were like bring girls, and then they were like, oops, wrong person.
Oh, so they wanted you to come with some
Yeah,
chicks.
yeah. They wanted to be like, oh, you're going to, or you're having a party or something like that. 100%. Yeah.
And why? Do you
And maybe
think
a
they
guy
do
wouldn't
that?
clue into that because like I told somebody else, like my other friend, about it because like it was somebody that we knew, and he was like, oh, like you probably just actually sent to the wrong person. I'm like, no, no chance.
No.
Yeah,
Was there a follow up there? Like, whoops, wrong person.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
But how many minutes after did that come?
Like it was like 2 minutes after, like enough time to like let me see it first and then like say that.
Yeah, if you actually send it to the wrong person and it's something in that context, you just wouldn't even say wrong person. You
No,
just-
because it would just be the wrong person.
Yeah.
And then you would realize when they responded.
Yeah, and you wouldn't care.
But if you waited like 2 minutes and then you sent it right away, like I saw them both at the same time.
That's a tactical move, though. Let's break that down.
100%.
Like, let's say you're seeing somebody
Mm-hmm.
and you know you want to hang out with them that night, but they didn't reply to you 2 days ago, or like you don't want to be clingy, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to imply that you're doing something of value, you know, something of high status
That they
like
might wanna go
having
to.
a party that you would like them to go there, but not be pushy, or you know, if
Or
you
not just be
if you
direct and
invite them,
ask.
direct them, then it's a little clingy.
It's a little sneaky.
So what you can do is be like, yo, having this party, and then, oh, whoops, my bad, you know.
Yeah.
But then they do show up anyway.
But it's even worse. Like it's so much worse. Like just be like, I'm having a party. I want you to come.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, that's hot. Like thanks.
This
I'll
dilemma,
come.
that's,
You know?
that's so hot that you invited me.
No, that's so hot that you're straight up. Like,
Right. I was listening to this podcast recently, and they were talking about pickup lines, and they said there's 3 types of pickup lines. One is direct, one is indirect, and one is innocuous. So an indirect one would be like, hey, do you know what time it is? And then going into a pickup line, which girls fucking hate, by the way.
yeah, like just like asking
know
a
what-
question, like they know the answer to that question.
You know when a guy approaches you and you know he actually wants to hit on you, but,
Yes.
but he's some other bullshit. Right?
Yes. And I'm like, I know you were looking at me for 5 minutes, and now you're asking me some random ass question that you probably know the answer to.
And then you're going to be like, oh, cool. And then like transition that into.
Yeah.
That's the worst way to do it, guys.
What is that one?
That's indirect.
Indirect. Okay.
Okay. There's indirect, there's
Yeah,
direct,
yeah.
and then innocuous is in the middle.
Okay.
So it's neither direct nor indirect.
Okay.
So it's kind of like, it's just
The
boring.
gray area. Yeah.
It's like friend zone.
okay.
It's friend zone.
Oh, like when you're not really sure of like what where
yeah,
they're going with
you
it.
don't,
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
know their intention.
Yes,
It's-
I know. What
So
you
it's
mean.
not, okay, indirect, it's obvious what they want,
Yeah.
but they're being a pussy about it.
Yes.
Innocuous is what I don't know what this guy wants.
Like, yeah, like, is it friendly? Is it more than that? I have no idea where you're going with this.
Yeah, like this guy's is he just being nice?
Yeah.
You know?
Yes, I've experienced that for sure.
And then direct is just like, hey,
straight
I
up
think
me.
you're cute. Like, what's up?
Yeah.
Right. Which is just straight up.
Yes.
Like, you know, it's a male to female interaction, right?
Best option for sure.
Yeah. Well, that's what the study showed.
Yeah.
Her research showed that the best one was direct.
Yeah, I mean, like, tell young guys that though,
Well, yeah.
because they're like embarrassed to do that.
I know they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that's a epidemic right now? Like young guys just being embarrassed to talk to girls in real life?
I don't know if that's a recent thing over the last like, few years, or if that's like in general. Because
Yeah.
no matter what, I feel like I've met like a lot of people like in different areas, and I feel like it depends almost more on like where people were raised rather than like the generation. Because like I've met a lot of people like in the States, for example, or like in Miami or like LA, where like if they want something, they're gonna tell you.
Yeah.
And I love that. Like I want to know if you want to tell me something. Like I want to hear it.
Well, that's where sharks go. Like
It's true.
nobody's
It's
born
true.
in
Yeah,
LA
yeah,
or
it's so
Miami.
true.
No, they're
It's
in
so
like
true.
Idaho, and they're like, I'm a fucking shark in a pond.
Yeah, and I'm not meant to be here, so let me go.
Yeah. Let me
Yeah.
get out of here.
But then you come places like here, like this city, where it's like they don't want to ask you that.
No.
They would rather like try and like play a game and make you wonder, and then like kind of like half-ass ask you,
Yeah.
and then you're like, ew.
Well, no,
Ick.
they would like to, but they don't know how to properly. Right?
Yeah, but then it's like, ugh, ick.
Well, let me. It's so true.
Yeah.
The most common things I see with my clients are they have 5 or 6 reasons. This list goes on, but
Yeah.
basically, men have like 5 to 10 reasons why they won't approach a girl,
Okay.
and they'll vary, right?
Really, I would want to know them.
So half of them are internal, half of them are external.
Okay.
Okay, so let's start with the external ones, right? Let's say nervous guy wants to approach a girl, but he is being held back from doing it in his own head. The external factors, which are your factors, right? So he sees you and you have headphones in. Like, oh, she looks busy. I don't want to disturb
Oh,
her.
okay.
Or she's with somebody else. Oh, that's her boyfriend. Or she's
Okay.
with family. It'd be inappropriate for me to jump in. Or RBF, which you're well aware of, resting bitch face.
Yeah.
You know, oh, she looks like she's in a bad mood.
Yeah,
I don't want to think.
Or she doesn't look like you can approach her or something.
Yeah, so you're sitting there on your laptop next to a stranger with your headphones in, but you're not even listening to anything.
Yeah.
And your face looks mean.
Yeah, not
But
gonna happen.
but in reality, they think that, oh, okay, like she's busy, or she looks in a bad mood, or that's her boyfriend right there. But all
Yeah.
those aren't even true at all.
Yeah.
So those are all external things.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And now internal things would be more so on the person that's actually making the approach to the girl. So like if I go over there and she says no, that's going to hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
That's going to feel
It's like the risk.
Yes, that's going to hurt. People are going to be watching,
Yeah.
right? What? Oh man, what are those guys going to think of me if they see me strike out? They're going to
Yeah.
laugh at me. Another one that would be internal would be, I don't know what to say. They overthink it. Like, okay, I can't just compliment her shirt. That's too.
Yeah, and then you
maybe
have,
if
like,
I
some
ask her
weird
what
awkward
time it is. Yeah. And then you make your way over. Then you get there and you're like, sorry, I just was wondering if this is the
And then it's like a
table
weird,
thing.
it's that whatever innocuous thing you're talking about. And it's like, oh fuck, what did I just say?
Yeah.
I blacked out for that. And then they leave.
So those are a lot of the internal and external things a guy goes through in his head before going over and approaching a girl. Does that make sense though?
Yes, that makes sense for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get the worst approaches you've ever had. The indirects, the innocuous, the directs.
It's so hard to like think about things that were like that significant, because I feel like I said, when you travel and you go to those places where it's like kind of common that people approach
Oh,
you
right,
like more
okay.
often, it's like
Let's say around here.
people will do like the classic, oh my god, this is so cringy, when they'll like be like up against your back or something, but they're like, if let's say you're like in a club or like a bar or something, and like there's like space, but this person's like happens to like bump into you like this. Have you ever seen people do that?
That's a girl tactic.
No, that's a boy tactic too.
Yeah, I've never. Well, it doesn't work for boys.
No,
it works for
doesn't.
girls.
No, and then they're like, oh sorry, and then you're like, it's fine, whatever, and you continue.
That was your opener. Bump into somebody.
Yeah, like bump into somebody, really terrible way. And then especially when you like turn around to like leave and like move away, and then they're like, oh no, and then they're trying to like say something, and,
Oh.
and then like, oh fuck, this
I
is a
felt that
weird
one.
conversation.
Yeah.
Or this guy today came up to me. I was literally on a walk down the street with my dog, and I had my AirPods in. Very clearly, I was like listening to something, and he like stopped right in front of me, and he's like telling me to take out my
Right in front. Okay.
yeah, and I was like, okay, took it out.
Yeah.
And then he's like, you don't know me yet, but I'm your future ex-husband.
Whoa.
I was like,
Yo, shout
oh
out
my
to
god,
that guy.
it's literally 8:30 a.m. right now.
Yo, I hope this king sees this clip
Yeah.
on TikTok, dude. You're the best.
And I was like, I'm great. I was like, fuck. I was like, I don't even know what to say to that.
Okay, so where did he go wrong?
First of all, don't tell me to take my AirPod out like that.
What do you mean? Okay, how do you tell somebody to take their AirPod out?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess it was a hard situation because like I was walking with the destination, so I was like going. I wasn't just like standing there strolling, you know.
Okay.
I was on a mission. I'm not sure where, but like I was walking like as if I had one.
Yeah.
So like I didn't notice him walking this way, like right beside me.
Oh, he came from the side.
Like I was walking this way on the sidewalk and he was walking this way.
Oh.
And then he
wait.
stopped right
Okay,
in
so
front of
all right,
me.
did you walk by each other? He was walking towards
Yes,
you.
he was walking towards me and I was walking, like,
Okay,
this
got
way.
you. Yeah.
So then he stopped right in front of me
Yeah.
and like said thing with AirPods.
How much space did he give you before
Not
he
enough.
stopped?
Not enough. Like
Okay, so-
it was like was not expecting it.
So what if, let's say, 20 feet away from each other, you make eye
Different
contact?
story.
No.
Totally different story. If
Right.
we make eye contact and like we give a little smile and like it seems like a nice like little like interaction like from afar,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been shocked
'Cause,
when
like,
he
if-
was like right in front of me.
So this is you, this is him.
Yeah.
This is a proper way to do it.
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
So you're walking, he's walking, he stops, you're still walking, but you get to decide where you stop.
Yes.
So you get to dictate the distance.
That's a good idea. Yes, smart for sure. Especially if you make eye contact, then you're like you know if you want to stop or not, or like if they're trying to like give you the face where it's like, well, I want to talk to you or something.
Yeah.
Then it's like expected. You're deciding to like be a part of it.
Well, the eye contact just
Different
lets
story.
you know that they know you're there.
Yes.
Because if sometimes you actually are just like look.
I was literally in the clouds, like half asleep. I slept on like my parents' couch last night, so I was like
Yeah.
out of it. So when this guy like literally stopped directly in front of me, and like the first thing he did was like tell me to take the AirPod, I was like, what the fuck? And then he
Right.
said that, and I was like, what?
Yeah,
was like,
that's such a line.
Yeah, it was a good line. I mean, like
Well, okay. Well, how was the delivery on the line though? Was it like
he definitely
what was the
wasn't
line?
awkward.
Hey, you don't know this yet.
You don't know me yet, but I'm your future ex-husband.
Okay, but did he say it in a good way? Like, hey, you don't know me yet, but you're
No, it
actually
was definitely
my future
it was
ex-wife.
definitely rehearsed. Yeah.
So it wasn't candid, eh?
No.
Did he stumble over? Say, hey, you don't know, but
Yes, because I was taking out the AirPod and then he started talking.
oh, then you have to restart the
This was
line.
so cringy, yeah. And then he like kind of like reset it, and then I was like, "Oh fuck, sorry, I'm listening to a podcast right now."
So this is what we talked to about before. Like, you don't want to if you say hey and they walk by, and then you have to say it a second time.
Yeah.
Now it's
And I kind of felt bad too, but I was like, that was really awkward. I went back and like I told my sister about it. I was like, "Ooh, I just had this really weird encounter on the street."
pro tip: when you are a girl and you get approached by the wrong guy, best way to get out of it is yes, sorry, I'm in the middle of something right now, or I'm gonna call.
I literally was like, "Oh, I have an appointment. It's just down the street."
Yeah.
It was bad, but and then I had my dog, and I was like, "That was a shitty lie," because I have my dog. Like, what appointment am I going to take down the street with my dog?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
other times like I've had some like really cool people approach me, and like they're very just like direct. And
How's
like,
it done properly? Let's give a good example, and not clubs. Like, let's say you're at a park or you're walking your dog.
Yeah.
If you have one where you are walking your dog.
Well, eye contact is the first thing, 110%, no matter where you are. Like,
Okay.
I don't care if you're at a club, at a park, like whatever, at a restaurant, like you're across a restaurant, like eye contact for sure. Because then,
Yeah.
like, you know, obviously, based on the interaction, like with your eyes, if you're interested or not. I feel like the first thing you have to do is get that,
Right.
no matter what.
Yeah.
Because if you ambush somebody, like even if they're a great looking person, coming up to somebody who like wasn't expecting it in general is kind of a hard situation to like start talking into.
Yeah, you have to let them set the distance. right?
Yeah.
Or choose to stop.
And like I hate saying that there's like should be like a difference between like a guy and a girl and like whatever. Like I don't really care about that. It's more just like
No, it's absolutely
people need to be
different.
like, yeah, like you got to be aware of like the situation before like you get into
Well,
it.
let's be honest. Women, how it works is you guys sit somewhere, you know, you look good, you smile, you make eye contact, and you basically signal that, hey, I can be a presence.
Yes, exactly.
That's
so you need that.
That's the role of women.
Yeah.
And man's role is to either assess, hey, like she's showing signals that she's interested in me, or just jump in blind.
Yeah.
Like that's a good way to do it too.
Yeah, yeah.
And take the risk. And yes, you're basically, the fact that you're going over and approaching, on the good end, it shows courage, and it could work, and that
Yeah.
could be your wife, or
It could be like a
it does-
weird situation.
or it doesn't work. But like
Yeah.
that's the onus of a man.
Yes, and that's the kind of thing. Like that's a risk you gotta take.
Yes.
At that point, it's better than you going and like bumping into somebody like by accident,
Right.
and it being like a weird encounter. Then, like at least like you shot your whatever. Shoot
Okay,
your
so
shot.
what's this good approach? Let's hear the good one.
So then after like you make eye contact, kind of like keeping your distance for a few minutes, I would say like letting both people like kind of marinate what like you know what's going on,
Right.
and then we're just walking over and being like, hey, I'm whatever, I saw you over there and I want to come say hi. Literally so easy.
Just to like that.
So easy. Be honest. If that's what happened, like if that's what happened, why not tell me that?
Got you.
Because like that's cool. I'm glad you just told me that.
Now,
Don't make up some like lie.
you're walking somewhere and then they give you notice. So like if you're walking towards them, they
It's such a specific situation.
I know. Well, no, this is something. So I've
In general, yeah.
I've analyzed it in so many of these videos.
Yeah.
Because I've done videos where it went horrendously wrong, and then I realized this is how to do it right, and then I replicate that, and it works every time.
Yes, yes.
You give the space.
Yeah.
Or if you're walking next to somebody, when you do say hi to them, you stop so they can either have the option to stop too, set the distance, or keep walking.
Yeah.
Right.
Because in reality, the way I see it is like, let's say like that guy from today, we had made the eye contact and I saw him coming and I had the slightest interest. I knew that he was interested. I would have taken out my AirPods before I got there.
Like, what's up?
Yeah. I would have like taken them out. And then even if I didn't say anything, I would have had them out because I would have been like, maybe he will. But the fact that like, I didn't see you, I didn't take them out, like, you know, that's like a very closed off signal. Like that's not going anywhere. Yeah.
One thing that a lot of guys don't realize too, and not even good girls will attest to this too. Like they know it's a lot for a guy to make an approach like that. It's ballsy, it's courageous. So like, even if he is a little awkward, then you give him a bit of breathing room, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you're a girl and you have a lot of options, you don't tolerate that because, you know you can do better. But if you're just an average girl, most girls don't get approached that much, right? So when they do, they're like, oh my God, this is great.
Yeah,
like a
it's so
guy's,
nice.
you know?
Yeah.
And they'll be like, even if the guy's kind of, you know, because, you know, you're stumbling over your words, you're nervous, like, it's okay. The girl help you through, like, hey, do you want my number?
Yeah.
Right? So that's something that a lot of guys should realize as well. Like, you don't have to be, it's
doesn't
better
have to
to
be so
better
perfect.
to fuck it up than to not do it.
Yeah. Also, like, if you fuck it up, the best part about it is like you can play it off. Not even play it off. You can be like, oh my God, I just like whatever. Just say,
address the elephant.
Yeah, like, and I love that so much more than any other situation. Like when I was just away, I met these like two guys. Like they also kind of do TikTok and whatever.
Yeah.
Me and my friend met up with them, and they're really sick people. But obviously, when you first meet people in person, it's a little bit different. Like because you know you're meeting up. That's a different situation. Like when you know you're meeting with somebody you've met only online.
Yeah.
And then kind of like who starts the conversation? Like how does that go about? Like how does like the interaction like play out, right? But they came in and like something had happened. Like I forget what happened, but like somebody was late and like we couldn't figure out where the house was and whatever. So when we got there, you could tell like there's a little bit of like they were nervous or something that we were there.
Oh, okay.
But they played it off like in the best way possible. They were just like straight up like, oh my God, like you guys actually came through. Like we were really like hyped about it and like whatever. But the way they said it was a lot cooler than that. But that's pretty much what they said.
Right, but you could feel the energy, but it was genuine energy.
It was so like genuine. Like that actually was how they were thinking about it.
Yeah.
That they were like, this is so sick that you guys are here pretty much. Like, you guys are from Toronto and, like, we met whatever via online.
Okay, yeah.
And, like, this is sick.
Yeah.
Like, we don't even know how to act right now. They made a joke like that. They're like, we actually don't know how to act around you guys. And we were like, oh, that's jokes. And, like, then it was so smooth after that because, like, that first little, like, awkward whatever
Well,
was
that's
gone.
that first little awkward whatever thing. That's what happens a lot of the time when people meet for the first time in online dates.
Oh, yeah.
And that's something that you can't ever shake if it's done wrong. But in real life, if you just meet like at a bus stop, it's better.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, let's keep these icks going.
Oh, my God, okay. People who over-exaggerate.
Ah.
Okay. Like, have you ever had those guys who are like, last night was like a movie, bro?
Yeah.
And it's like...
No.
It's like, wait, was it?
Me and my
No,
friend-
it wasn't. It was not like a movie.
What is up with that?
Like, they over-exaggerate in all parts of their life. Like, whether it's, like, how many girls they get or, like, what they did last night or whatever this party they went to a week ago.
Yeah, it was lit.
They over-exaggerate everything. So, like, if you're going to over-exaggerate about, like, how a night actually was, you're going to do that every other part of your life, too. And, like, that's just an ick in general. Because, like, people are going to realize what you're saying is so
let's say
over-exaggerated.
you're at a party with somebody, and then, you know, you're with them again, and they're over-exagerating to somebody else about how lit
like,
that party
no, it
was.
wasn't.
And you're like, oh, fuck.
I have some friends who do that. Even, like, some of my girlfriends, like, will do that. And I'm like, no, what? Were we at the same party?
Yeah, there's something interesting about that. I had a note about that because it's a natural thing humans do. We always want to play up things because at the end of the day, when we're nervous, we want to try to provide as much value as we can to the other person. So how am I going to provide value to you? Like, oh, my weekend was good. I hung out with some friends.
Yeah.
Or like, yeah, I was at this crazy party. You know,
Yeah.
I'm trying to show like how status valuable I am to you. Right?
I'm not saying it's never like that. Like, I'm not saying it's never a great party or whatever.
Yeah.
But there's certain people, like guys, who will like...
Well, no, you could tell the difference, for one, when somebody's like obviously bullshitting.
Yeah.
But also when you can't tell the difference, like as in what they're saying is convincing, but you were actually there.
Yeah.
Now you're like, oh. Well,
No,
that's
the ick.
Yes,
And that's where the ick
ick
comes in. And like, I forget where it happened, but we were like talking, like I was sitting at this restaurant, me and my friend, beside these like two guys. They're like grown men. And they were fully talking about the situation, like this party that went on. Okay. And we had known people at that party. So they were talking overly loud about this crazy party so that we could hear it. Like they wanted us to like
Oh, you
act.
can tell when we do that, eh?
Oh yeah, we can tell when you do that. So
I know,
I'm glad you know. I'm so glad because they clearly did not know that we could tell. It was so over animated and like these people were like hyping it up, whatever. One of our good friends were literally at that party. So everything they were saying was bull, and we had already known about it before then. So I'm like,
That was just a tactical error made by
and
them.
they were like trying to say, you know, when it's so loud, like, you know, they want you to ask, like they want you
Yeah.
to get in the conversation. Like they had already tried to talk to us, and we just continued eating our thing. So then they started doing this like talking loud to each other thing, and we're like,
So the talking loud strategy is legitimate, but not if it's when you're exaggerating a story.
Yeah.
Or if it happens to be something that they were at, right?
the other thing that they were talking about was they were going to Coachella that weekend,
Oh.
and so were we.
Oh, okay.
So what happened is like we sat down, and like the tables were really close together.
Yeah.
And they were like, "You're Italian, aren't you?" And I was like, "Yes." And then they said to my friend, "And you're Persian, aren't you?" And she's like, "Yes." And we were like, "Okay, that's cool. Like that you knew that, whatever." And we just continued like our meal, like
Okay.
whatever. It wasn't like a restaurant. It was like you take your food like to your place. So
Yeah.
like, we had our food and stuff.
They didn't go anywhere from that.
No, we kind of just like continued, and like it was a weird interaction. I don't know how else to explain it besides it was a weird interaction. So we continued eating. They were fine. I'm not saying like they weren't like.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sure they're a fine human, but like whatever. We weren't interested. Like we were
Game-
just eating. We were starving.
Game wasn't there, right?
No, it just wasn't.
Okay.
So then after that, that's when like they started being like, I'm so hyped for this weekend. We have this private villa on Coachella grounds, and like,
Oh.
you know, hyping up what they're doing on the weekend.
Wait, did they know that you were going to Coachella at this point?
No, they had no idea.
Oh.
Yeah, they had no idea. But like everyone in LA at that time was like pretty much going to Coachella.
Oh, yeah, that makes more sense. If you're in
Yeah.
Bristol, you're in Toronto.
Yeah, no, it was in LA. Sorry, I forgot that part.
Yeah.
We were in LA doing this, and everyone in LA at that time was literally
Yeah.
going to Coachella.
Right.
So like they were saying it as in like we would been like, oh my god, like where are you staying? Like that's so cool, or like, you know, I think they were just trying to like make us like, oh, these guys are cool.
Yeah.
Like these guys are doing something
Yeah,
sick.
What's
on the
What's
weekend.
funny is there's a correlation between guys that are successful and very intelligent and being very socially awkward, right? And what's good is that it's you know, the hard part's over, making the income. Or well, there's a lot of kids that just their parents were rich.
Yeah.
But what's funny is like guys that have the advantage of like, let's say, yeah, they live in LA or they have a good amount of money, they
Yeah.
can dine at nice places,
Yeah.
but they don't understand the concepts like these
Yes.
of like what works and what doesn't
Yes,
work.
and they throw around like what they have as like their tactic to like get the girl.
Yes, they think, hey, if I
Yeah.
show that like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do this and that,
Or hey, if they hear that I'm on this TV show, like by saying it to my friend, like, oh, you know, and I was filming this, it's like that doesn't make you cool.
no,
Like,
that's what we like to call big flex.
yeah, like he was just flexing on every part of his life, and we were just sitting there like looking at each other, like we can.
Yeah, so there's a way to communicate value to a person, but do it in a non-flexing way.
Yes.
Because you guys have flex detectors, right? Now, what's ironic, though, is that if you do act like this, a lot of girls are just looking for superficial things. Because think about a place like LA or Miami, right?
Yeah.
How many people are there actually, you know, good-looking girls? They're like, fuck, I need a place to stay.
Yeah.
I need a party to
Tons.
go to.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys
Especially
are-
that time, 100%.
Yeah, so girls like that, what they were saying, they're like, oh, these guys are going to Coachella. We need a place to crash at
Yeah.
Coachella, right? So maybe they just thought you guys were thoughts.
Yeah, but still, like, does that work? I don't know. I'm like genuinely, I would want to see a situation where like that actually.
Well, think about it.
It was so obnoxious.
How many times have you gone out though, and you've seen guys that are like flexing shots or bottles or booths or
All the time.
status,
All
and
the
but
time.
you've seen girls that are probably, you know, not necessarily the brightest girls.
Oh, be like right
But-
in there, right up in there, taking
Yeah.
the shots,
Yeah.
holding the bottle.
Well, yeah, it works, right?
Yeah.
But the problem is you don't get high quality girls like that.
No, and that's like a temporary like.
Yes.
You would have had them like, let's just say like that worked for them.
Mm.
We had seen them on the weekend, use them for whatever the heck they were giving us, and then been like, "Ciao, have a good life."
Right.
What's that really getting you? I mean, like if you're looking for that, I mean, like fine.
I mean, well, it just doesn't work. Like
it's just not really like
one of the biggest fallacies is like these guys that spend money every weekend going to clubs and getting bottles, and you know, if it's for your friends or celebrating or something, yeah, okay, that's cool,
Yeah.
it's totally fine. But
Yeah.
it's like if that's your strategy to meet girls,
And there's so many people who are like that. Like so many people, like men who will like go out. Even like I've noticed it like here is like a lot. Like they'll go out, they'll flex like in bottles and whatever, and they'll be like, "Oh, you want to come to my booth?" It's like
Yeah.
that's your
yeah, clubs are a business, man.
Yeah.
And women are the product, right? Guys aren't going to a club if there's no women there.
yeah.
So what do clubs do to get women into the club?
Let them for free.
Bingo.
Yeah.
And then what do? Encourage the guys to buy alcohol
For
and
the girls.
drinks. And then they turn the music up. This is a marketing trick too in clubs. The louder the music is, the more nervous it makes people feel. So in order to relax, they are more likely to buy alcohol.
Really?
Because alcohol calms the nerves.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Do you ever notice every club you go to, the music's always just a little too loud?
Oh, it's always too loud.
Yeah, you have
But,
to
like,
yell in people's
eventually-
ears.
Yeah, eventually you get to the point where like you're too drunk and you don't know.
Yeah.
And the music's like in the background.
When you yell in somebody's ear, though, you have to be in close proximity.
Yes.
And people get nervous when they're in close proximity.
Yeah.
Unless they drink.
That's so true.
That's the business.
Good
Pretty
to
fascinating
know.
shit,
Good.
eh?
It actually is pretty cool.
Okay, what other icks we got?
Personal, like relationship ick.
Damn,
Like
you
a
got so
personal
many.
one.
We might have
I
to do part 2 icks,
No,
guys.
like I literally have so many.
Okay,
icks.
let's do a quick ick.
Okay. If someone's too sensitive,
Ooh.
like let's say you make a joke, and then they think you're being serious, and then they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Ew.
Okay.
Ew.
Well, like not being able to take breaking balls, right?
But it's like, even if I was being serious,
Mm-hmm.
and your response was, "Oh, like I'm sorry."
Okay. So let's say somebody makes a joke at you, and then you pretend you're offended, and they go, "Oh, I'm sorry."
Yeah.
That's the ick.
Yeah. No, there's multiple factors.
Okay, hold on, okay.
Yeah, that's one
Okay,
side of it. Yes.
All right, let's restart this.
Like, let's say I was like, "Oh, you seem to be like really busy last night. Like, what were you doing?" And it's like, let's say it's someone I'm talking to, and I say that.
Yeah. Okay.
And they were like, "Oh, like I was like hanging out with all these girls," and I'd be like, "Oh, damn, that sucks." And they'd be like, "Oh, like I'm sorry, like I didn't know, like that would affect." Like, you know what I mean? That was a really terrible example, but like,
That was a bad example, but I get what you're getting at.
yes.
So like,
And then you're like, "Why are you apologizing? I was just joking."
So you're breaking balls,
Yes.
and instead of breaking balls back or like playing along,
Yeah.
they go, "Oh, I didn't know."
And they're being like dead ass serious, and like they're sorry, and they're apologetic, and you're like, "What?"
Yeah. So that's just the lack of social awareness, right?
Yeah. And I'm like, "Wait, do you not understand? Like, I'm being sarcastic.
Right.
Like, if I was upset about it, I definitely wouldn't have told you I was upset about it. Like,
Right.
that's for sure."
No. You guys are good at that, though. It's funny because you get like you know you're fishing, right? And you're waiting
Oh,
for them
100%.
to take the bait.
Yeah.
Well-
And you want to know some more information, so it's like you're gonna like play a game back until see what they say.
Yeah. So what's funny is women are constantly testing men,
Mm-hmm.
and the reason you guys do this, subconsciously or whatever, is because you're always, like we said before, is this the best option? Is this guy what he appears to be?
Yeah.
Right. So you're breaking balls, and you're doing that as a form of your own self-preservation because you have to be with like a good quality person. Right?
Yes.
Now, these tests will be stuff like that. You'll be breaking balls, and then you don't even realize you're testing them, but you want them to answer a certain way.
Yes.
And when they don't answer, you're like,
You're like,
why,
ew.
dude,
yeah, and that's where
why
it comes
is
in.
that in, man?
Yeah. That's so true, actually, because like actually, if they were being like, you usually start it like the girls usually start the sarcastic little
Yeah.
like whatever. I
Yeah.
mean, sometimes the guys do like if you're confident enough, like the guy will do that.
Right.
But most times it's girls.
Well, yeah, it's fun to break balls.
I love it.
What is life without banter, man?
Also, like, yeah, banter is like one of my number one. Like, you need banter in a relationship, friendship, whatever. You need like to be able to just like shit on each other pretty much and
Yeah.
like get away, like laugh. It's like funny.
That's an interesting ick though, because that's an advanced ick.
It-
That's like
it
chapter
is-
18.
No,
in the
but
ick book.
it is, but it isn't because I feel like it happens more often than you think. Like even like random people that you just meet or something. Like if like you make a sarcastic comment and like their response was like they thought you were being serious. That's
Yeah.
a
Well,
easier way to
people do not want to offend others.
Yeah,
They're
that's
very
my thing.
afraid.
If they're too like sensitive in terms of like what they say or what they like want to make others feel, like people feel like. I get it. Like, don't be a dick. But like, I don't like most girls. Like, probably wouldn't get offended because they know you're joking. But I mean, I get it. Like,
You know who gets offended?
who?
People on TikTok.
People on TikTok get so offended. I mean, I'm not very controversial on TikTok, but like I've seen your comments and people get offended.
Oh man, they get mad at it. Like,
I love reading them. They're hilarious.
I did an
sometimes,
episode.
though.
My friend came on and she was a little bit late, and she's
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah. I was like, yeah, how was the drive over? She's like, oh, I was a little late, and I was like, yeah, forget women can't drive, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, I was doing my makeup on the way here, right? So she made a joke.
Yeah.
But she wasn't like, that's not true. Women can drive.
Yeah.
Then that would have been a.
That's the ick. That's literally
That's the ick.
the ick. That is the ick. That's
Yeah.
just a better way to put it. That's
It
the
makes
ick.
sense now.
Yeah.
The ick talk.
Oh wow.
Wow, that's
That's
why
very
that's where
funny.
all the icks come from, guys.
I'm sure that's where they all find people too. Like you discover new icks because people on TikTok talk about shit like that.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh my god, I didn't notice that was an ick until they pointed it out, and you're like, well,
I swear, some people wake
that's
up
fine.
and they're like, you know what I'm going to do today? I'm going to go on TikTok and find somebody that makes me
And-
mad
and
and just
ruin-
ruin their day. Let me just write some
no.
evil
Well,
shit.
the
in their
craziest
comment
part about
section.
it is like, tell me you would ever do that.
No.
Like, do you ever have the time? People who do that, I'm like, you must have a lot of freaking free time.
Yeah, I would never go on somebody else's TikTok and be like, "Yo, this sucks. Fuck you."
No.
Like, why would anybody
I would send
do
it to
that?
my friend and tell them that, but I would never go comment because, like, what's that doing for me?
Well, that's the thing, right?
Like, I'm not
yeah,
getting rewarded out of it.
Exactly. Well, that's the difference between somebody that creates content and then somebody that consumes it and complains.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as if you put content up, you have to be okay with dealing with criticism.
Yes.
I guess you're entitled to your opinion, but it's like, what benefit is this?
No, it's
man?
literally not. The benefits you nothing besides taking away stuff that you could be doing.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. But it's so funny because a lot of people on TikTok, that's all they do is like they go through and like I see people on the My For You page sometimes like on like commenting like frequently, like, you know, the same accounts, like you see them commenting, and I'm like, do you literally just sit there and scroll through to do that?
Yo, no profile pic. See, that's the thing with TikTok too.
Oh, you can have the anonymous accounts.
Nobody talks as much shit on other apps as they do TikTok.
No.
Like Facebook, you have your profile,
Yeah,
your
you can't do
status,
that.
where you work, your
Yeah,
friends.
yeah.
So everybody on Facebook's like, I mean, look, there's some flame wars on there. I remember in high school, people would be talking shit. I'm gonna
Yes.
beat you up tomorrow,
Yes,
lunch
Facebook,
break.
that was a crazy place when we were in high school. A crazy place.
Yeah, but now there's accountability.
Yes.
Instagram, like if you talk shit on Instagram, I can click on your profile, see your photos.
yeah,
and be
people
like, Dude,
don't
you're a
really.
loser.
Yeah, people don't do that anymore on Instagram. I found like when we were younger, a little bit. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, no chance.
Now it's TikTok.
yeah, TikTok
All
only.
the pussies that love talking shit,
Yes.
now they go to TikTok. Because
Yeah.
TikTok, you have like, you know, a fucking rainbow flag
Yeah.
or, you know, a thumb
Or even still, like some people like have commented on my TikToks who are like, they'll make like a rude comment or something, and like I'll go like lurk them because I want to see who it is.
Yeah.
And they'll have a picture and their name, but that's all I got from them.
That's it.
Their Instagram's not connected. I'm not gonna go find it.
there's
Like,
no
I
ammo.
don't care. Yeah, no. All they have is like their profile. So
It's
even
like,
if it's like their name and
You're
picture,
putting your life, your images, your
Yeah.
content. So there is a lot of ammunition. They can just
Yeah.
go leave a hate comment everywhere. You go to their page, they're just a profile picture, no
Yeah.
followers. It's like, well, okay, I can't even clap you back.
yeah, or
Like,
like
that's
you don't
a
even know
pussy
who they
move.
are. You're like, they could be like somebody that I know. For all I know, I would never know. It's like
Ooh.
just a user or like.
That's one of the
Whatever.
darkest realities that you learn as you get older. The hate always comes from people you know.
Oh, because they care more than the people who don't know you.
Yes, there's this saying. It's like your biggest supporter
Hmm.
is somebody that you know that you don't even know. Your biggest hater is also somebody you know that
Yeah.
you don't know, right?
For sure.
So your biggest supporter could be, I don't know, somebody that had a crush on you in grade 5 or like your grandma or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
But you don't know that.
Because
But-
they're not going to tell you that.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
just are, right? And then your biggest hater is that person that you used to think you were friends with, but like they just despise
Or
you.
like the friends that like hang around just to see what you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah. Lots of good icks here. All right,
Yeah.
guys, we're going to wrap up this episode. We got a little bit off track here, but Serena's awesome. We're going to have her on for another episode. Thanks again for watching this episode, guys. Be sure to check out Serena on TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok.
If you guys have some icks,
It's like a little tweak that you do wrong that's going to change how people think about you.
yeah, so these are the icks that we got for you this week. If you guys want to see an episode where we break down more icks, make sure to leave a comment below. Check us out on Apple Podcasts. Go leave us a 5-star review. Instagram, Good Bro Bad Bro. Spotify, new episode every single Wednesday, 1 p.m. EST. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Bye.